Yo, JD here, Tyrrell Lewis, and as you can see, we are going to be talking about F1 2017 here today because I'm really pleased to announce, unless you've been living under a rock, that the release date has been finally released, and it's going to be on the 25th of August, so 3 days after my birthday, so pretty good timing. And I'm really excited for this, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited for this as well. And in this video, I'm sure you've already read the news about the classic cars, obviously when it's going to be released and everything like that. Ben's done a video, Arab's done a video, I'm sure everyone's pretty much watched that. But you know me, I'm going to really be talking about the handling. I'll talk a little bit about the classic cars, but the handling mainly because I actually have access to the closed beta at the moment, which will be released to the people who were lucky enough to get a code. Not sure when that's going to be happening, but I'm lucky enough to actually be playing it right now at the moment. And I just want to give you my feedback on how I feel the handling has changed, how it feels, how it's changed from the testing and stuff like that. And obviously I'll be interested to hear what you guys think as well when other people do get access to it. So first of all, the handling, I think it's changed a fair amount from where I tested it, for the good or better. I'm not too sure at the moment. I need to play it a little bit more, but the more I play it, the more I'm really starting to enjoy it. And there's a few things compared to F1 2016, where it's a huge difference. It's completely different. It's not the same game at all. It's not an evolution. I feel it's a completely different game from 2016. The main difference is the traction. The traction I feel is a lot easier. It's way easier than 2016, and to be honest, looking on board, when you see Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes on the qualifying lap, they can pick up the throttle extremely early, and I feel in this game traction is not really an issue for me anyway. It's not an issue, and obviously I run no assists. There's no issue in that, so traction is very easy, which is good and bad, in my opinion. Obviously I'd like the skill gap to be where you really have to control it, but in a way I do kind of actually like that, like 2014, where it's mainly focusing on your cornering ability, how you hit the corners and everything. It's going to be down more to that, I feel, this year, and that's something I really look forward to. Biggest thing I'd say has also changed, a huge difference, and this is a really big plus for me, is the braking. The braking has changed a massive amount from the testing. You still can brake super late, so the brake distance is significantly a lot shorter than what it is in 2016. It's a good 30 meters, I'd say, or even more, actually shorter, so you're literally having to go down the gears fairly quick. But the braking, I find as well, trail braking is an absolute must in this game. It's an absolute must. We haven't had that really since 2013, I'd say, is the last time we had a trail braking game, because in 2016 not really too much trail braking is involved, maybe a little bit at some situations depending on the corner. But in this game, if you don't know what trail braking is, by the way, it's basically where you go down pretty much almost 100% on the throttle and then come up slowly as you're releasing the steering for the corner. It helps you actually brake later and avoid locking up. I've actually done a video on it, so if you search my channel for trail braking, I actually do a pad cam video where I'm actually demonstrating that in 2013. But this game, I feel you can't really hit more than 50% of the brakes, because if you do that, you lock up. And I really love about this, the handling on this, that if you lock up, you go straight on. There's no real recovery. You have to go off the brakes completely, and if you lock up in this game, you're going straight off. For me anyway, you're going straight on, and you really have to be super, I don't know what the word is, smooth and just precise. Precise is the word. Precise. You have to be super precise on this, because if you do a little bit too much, that extra 2% or 1%, it really punishes you and you lock up really badly. And in terms of a skill factor, that's going to be huge. Probably, I'd say it's probably almost the hardest braking I've done on an F1 game. So if it stays like that, that's just something I really do want to stay. And the traction, as I said, is good as well, because you really have to focus on the cornering. And moving on to the cornering now, there's a lot of high speed grip, so you really can throw it through the corner. So the old term one at China, Silverstone, when I tested it, and including on the beta now. Won't name the tracks, because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but the tracks we can do, you really can throw it, you can carry so much speed. And on other games where I'll be using 4th gear through a corner or something, on this game I'll be using 6th, pretty much. You don't really need to be using lower gears at all. So in terms of enjoyment factor, I'm much preferring this handling compared to 2016. It feels really smooth on the controller. It does feel really, really nice to me, and you could be really precise with the steering as well. So it's a lot more, it's just a lot more fun, and really a lot more on the edge, whereas 2016 I felt you were quite conservative at the time, and you could slide into corners. But in this game, which I'll go into in a bit, it's just a lot more fun and just so much high speed grip. When you're off the throttle in low speed, it seemed a lot more understeer for me. When I'm actually going through a corner, I'm actually going off the throttle, so off throttle, it seemed the car really does push out quite a bit throughout the corners. It doesn't seem to be that much low speed grip, but high speed grip is crazy. So you really are encouraged to be on the throttle at all times, because if you're not, then you're going to lose out massively in that time. Another thing is with the gears, which I really do like this year, you cannot use 1st gear. That's pretty much a given. You can slide a little bit, but I feel it actually loses you time compared to 2016, where you could gain time, and 2014, as we know, you can gain a massive amount of time in that game by doing it. This game, if you go down to 1st gear, your car just completely steps out. It just hates it and just completely steps out. Even 2nd gear in some corners, if you go down too quickly, which I usually do, but even when I was going slowly, it really doesn't like it. So 3rd gear is pretty much the gear of choice for most corners. You do not really want to be using 2nd, and definitely not 1st. The only time you'll be using 1st is at the start of the race, pretty much, and coming out of the pits, and that's it. So in terms of that factor, you really have to drive it a lot more properly. You have to be a lot slower going down the gears. I find the rev range to be a lot longer as well. So in the issue I had on 2016, you had to short shift quite a bit to avoid over-revving the car. But since there's so much grip in the high speed and traction is not an issue, I don't think the short shifting technique of 2016 is really going to be any effect in this game. You can do it, and I don't think you'll lose time. But the gear ratios are so long, and the traction is so easy for me. It's all about the cornering. I don't think that's going to be an issue. You can shift at most times, and it won't be an issue at all. So going down the gears is definitely not. It's definitely something you cannot do. In terms of actually short shifting, a really short shifting where you could go from like 1st to 6th on 2016 at times, I definitely feel that the car actually does bog down this year. Definitely a lot more 2016. Obviously you can short shift, naturally in real life that will gain you better traction, double shifting out of corners at times, but on this I don't feel, I think I've actually picked up there. It's a bit exaggerated on last game, so this game it definitely seems to be toned down, but overall I think really do love the handling at the moment. I need to keep playing it, so I'll try and feed you back even more in the comments or anything as well. In terms of the classic cars, the Ferrari F2002 is insane. That's absolutely crazy, that car, which is Michael Schumacher's car. If you don't know what I mean, I'm sure you'll look it up on Codemasters or on Ben's video and everything, you'll see it there. But that is absolutely insane, and I would love to do a league in that car. So in terms of tyre wear, slipstream and stuff like that, we're not testing that at the moment. It's mainly purely about the handling. In terms of career mode, we don't have the green light to talk anything more about that at the moment. But in terms of the handling, which is obviously something I'm really interested in, the main thing of what I do, then ask me anything you want. If I can answer it, I will try and answer it. And ask anything else as well. Anything else, if I can't answer it, I probably won't answer it. I'll just say that I can't. So this is just giving you an update. I've had a chance to play it for over a day now. So just my thoughts so far. It's a lot different to 2016, and in my opinion, I think it's a lot better handling than 2016, where you have to actually drive it properly. is what I think, in my opinion. But let me know if you want to ask me anything down below. Hope you're excited by the news. I can't wait to play this game when it actually comes out in full. And thank you for watching. See you later.